When Gustave Eiffel was designing his famous tower in Paris, he added a secret apartment for himself right on top of it. Visitors to the third level can now take a glimpse of the apartment through a small window. It has wax figures of Eiffel himself, his daughter Claire, and Thomas Edison, who is one of the lucky fellows who got to see it in Eiffel's time. There are also secret apartments on the other side of the Atlantic, in the New York Public Libraries. They're meant for the library superintendents and their families. They used to live, cook meals, take showers, and do other regular things in the Schwarzman Building on Fifth Avenue. They also had a cool bonus of walking the library rooms at night. Daughter of the first superintendent, John Fiedler, was even born in there. A whole maze of tunnels called the Hypogeum is hidden under Rome's Colosseum. Back in the day, when it was an arena, the chambers in the tunnels were used to house gladiators, the equipment for special effects, and giant cages with animals – elephants, leopards, panthers, and bears. Oh my! Starting from 2010, tourists have been allowed to get a tour of the maze. Disney's Magic Kingdom in Florida has its own maze of color-coded tunnels for way less sinister purposes. It's a whole city used by cast members to keep the magic alive. This is where they dress up, have lunch, rehearse, and move from one land to another without kids spotting them. To make it all possible, construction workers had to dig 8 million tons of earth to put the entire park on an elevation and build the tunnels on ground level. If you're ever lucky enough to visit the basement of the White House under the North Portico, you'll find some unexpected places. The carpenter's shop is where the equipment and furniture of the White House gets renovated. The flower shop makes and takes care of flower arrangements for different rooms in the house and centerpieces for events. There is also a dental surgery and a one-lane bowling alley. Behind the mist and water of Niagara Falls sits a limestone cave of the evil spirits. It has a sinister history involving famous French explorer La Salle. According to the legend, a voice told him to leave the area in the Iroquois language. When he didn't listen, his life turned into one huge misfortune. The cave is still producing scary groaning sounds today. Next time you're waiting for your departure at Grand Central Terminal, remember you can play some tennis at the Vanderbilt Luxury Tennis Club. It's in the annex on the 4th floor, which used to be an art gallery, a TV studio for CBS, and even an indoor ski slope covered with artificial grass. Now there are 2 tennis courts, 2 practice lanes, and a fitness room in there. A basketball court, nicknamed the highest court in the land, is located just above the courtroom on the 5th floor of the United States Supreme Court building in Washington, D.C. It was used as a room for journalists up until the 1940s, when it was turned into a workout room. It's not open to the general public, but clerks, off-duty police officers, and other Supreme Court employees like to play here between court sessions. There is a Hall of Records hidden behind President Abraham Lincoln's face at Mount Rushmore. The monument's sculptor, Gutzon Borglum, wanted to put it there to make it forever significant. Years after he passed away, the room got porcelain enamel panels with the words to the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Declaration of Independence, and explanations why these very presidents were chosen for the monument. If you ever make it to Florence, Italy, go check out an unmarked door on the 1st floor of the Uffizi Gallery. It opens into the Viceroy corridor built in the 16th century and connecting the gallery to Pitti Palace. To build it, architect Viceroy had to go through several medieval towers and even people's homes. One family objected, so the corridor had to go around their tower. You can now see 16th and 17th centuries art inside the corridor. New York City's iconic Waldorf-Astoria Hotel stands atop the mysterious abandoned Track 61. There is a locked door on 49th Street and a private elevator leading there. VIPs like presidents and celebrities used it to enter the hotel unnoticed by the public. There's still a train car at the station. There are no official tours going there, but now that you know of it, you can spot the station out of the window on some Metro North trains to your right. The Sydney Opera House was opened by Queen Elizabeth II herself in 1973. It has venues for opera, ballet, classical, and modern music and dance, and an added bonus of a nightclub called The Studio, fitting 300 people. It plays underground music and hosts contemporary music festivals featuring famous rappers. The smallest police station in Great Britain used to be located in a lamppost right in Trafalgar Square. It was put there in 1926 to accommodate one police officer who'd secretly watch over strike activists. They say it even had a phone line to call Scotland Yard. The place is now used as a cleaning closet. One of the most famous sights of New York has an extra floor not so many people know about. Mostly celebrities and engineers have access to floor 103 of the Empire State Building. They get there through a hidden stairway, and the view is perfectly unobstructed as there is just a knee-high ledge with a railing. The Amazon rainforest in Brazil is a secret home to more tribes completely disconnected from the rest of the world than any other place. There are over 100 of those groups that have a dramatic history of encounters with outsiders. Whenever a stranger approaches, they use arrows, clubs, and other things to protect themselves or simply hide behind the trees. A few years ago, scientists found a mysterious void above the Grand Gallery of Egypt's Great Pyramid of Giza. They still don't know exactly how large the void is because they can't go in or use usual research methods not to destroy a tiny bit of the pyramid. Only super-sensitive detectors are used on it from the outside. The researchers are guessing it could have served as another gallery or a construction ramp. A giant statue of Leonardo da Vinci has been welcoming visitors to Rome at Fiumicino Airport since 1960. 46 years after its opening, the statue was going through renovation. One of the workers found a little hatch in the middle of it. There were 2 parchments inside, still perfectly preserved. Take your binoculars with you, and maybe you can spot them from the plane the next time you're there. Roxy Suite is located in one of New York's prime locations, on the 5th floor above the stage of Radio City Music Hall. It was named after a vaudeville producer who wanted to have his own apartment in the theater itself back in 1932. You can take a good look at it during the stage door tour or rent it as long as you have some good spare money. St. Mark's Basilica in Venice is so majestic on the outside, you'd hardly want to look underground. If you do, though, you'll find a well-preserved, mysterious 11th century crypt. A lot's happened to it in all this time. It used to be sealed because of floods. There's still water inside it now, which looks like a mirror pool. It's pretty tricky, but not impossible to get a tour of it. Abraham Lincoln Memorial is sitting on a marble throne on top of a 3-story basement. Engineers building the monument set concrete columns in there to support the construction. By the time it was discovered in 1975 during renovation, the basement had turned into a legit cave with stalactites and an ecosystem. They also found some graffiti from 1914 down there. The room will likely be turned into retail space, and visitors will be able to see all the underground findings safely. If you ask Google to give you directions to Little Compton Street, it shows just one spot that looks like a mistake. In reality, the street is completely hidden under Charing Cross Road. The street level used to be way lower where the basements are today. It was raised in the late 19th century, and an office block was set on top of Little Compton Street. You can still see 2 road signs showing where it was.